Hello there, my Stampin' friends, and welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Easter celebration yesterday. I know things looked a little different at our house, but you know, in retrospect, it is about the reason for Easter. We were able to be together. Both my children are home from college, and we were together. We are healthy, and we are praising Jesus for his wonderful gift. He is our hope in this time of darkness. So also my hope in this time of darkness is that you guys are all staying safe and staying home as well. And so I'm going to keep on stamping, even though I'm here in my studio by myself and it's a little bit lonely, but I at least have social media and I can reach out to you guys and continue doing movies for you guys. So I'm going to share today this adorable little pop-up card, and I have been like creating madly in the studio with the Ornate Garden Suite, which is our special for April. This is a pre-release. I should say it's our special for April and May. This is a pre-release. The items that are in this suite are coming in the next new catalog, but they are crazy, crazy popular. So we're giving you a little bit of a sneak peek here. I can tell you that one of the dies has gone on back order. We're hoping to have them in early May, but you can still order them, which is fantastic. I have grown to love a back order because it means you can still get it. There are times when we have back orders go into non-orderable status, which means that you can't get them at all anymore. But at least with back order, you can still order them. You go into the queue and you get your items as soon as they arrive. They auto ship right to you. So love when we have back orders. It means you can still get our amazing products. So we're going to use Ornate Garden, and we're going to make this little pop-up card. I will make sure to tell you this is not my idea. This is cased. I wish I could remember who it came from. I feel like her name is Kristen or Kirsten. I'm not sure though, but I get on Pinterest and I see all these ideas and I start creating, and then I can't find them anymore. So I always want to preface this by saying this is not my idea. I did case this, but I am going to show you how to create this gorgeous little card. Again, here is our two stamp sets that we're going to be using. Ornate Style is this gorgeous floral stamp set, and I love these little doodly doodahs here. These are great for the insides of your cards and little corners and little envelopes and fun stuff like that. And this is the die set that matches it. Number one, my favorite. Absolutely love this, and it's got all this gorgeous little stitching and detail. So fun. And then I've got the Ornate Thanks. We're going to use that one as well. And this is the stamp set that, or the die set that coordinates with this one. This is the one that's on back order, but like I said, you can still get it. It will ship to you whenever it comes back in stock. So that is the set for Ornate Thanks. I believe it's called Ornate Borders. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to pull in our Simply Scored tool. Things are falling here. I have a very unsteady pile of things in my studio. So I'm going to use a mint macaron 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score at 3.5 and 9. Now, while I have my scorer out, I'm going to pull in a piece of Whisper White. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to score. I have the 4 1/2 inch, the long side at the top, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. So that way I can get this Gigantor out of the way. All right, I also want to make sure you guys know that here is my host code for April. You can shop anytime, jodybreckbill.stampinup.net, anytime, day or night, and your products will auto ship right to your door, so you can still continue to stay home and stay safe. Items come right to you. You want to make sure you're using this code because I am offering a free gift for those who have $35 or more orders during April. So free gift from me. All right, so you can see how I folded this down. So that's going to be our little flap. I'm going to take a piece of mint macaron. There goes my nose every stinking time. I'm on so much allergy medicine, it's not even funny. All right, so I went ahead and I did emboss this piece ahead of time with the coordinating embossing folder that is in this suite as well. And just makes those sweet little detailed flowers. I'm not sure of its name, but here's the embossing folder. That comes in the suite. That's available now as well. And we're going to attach that to our top flap. So the bottom flap is the bigger flap, and then our top is the smaller. So I'm just going to attach this here. Then I have a piece of designer series paper, which is fantastic. If you guys are daisy lovers, get this, get this, get this. This is a great pack of paper, and I love the fact it coordinates. You can see I've done some stamping here. I think I did a video last week using the Daisy Lane, which we already have in our current catalog, and it does coordinate wonderfully with this stamp set, which actually I wanted to show you guys how I've been creating. So maybe once I get done with this video, I'll show you some things I've been sharing or I've been creating. They're going to be shared on my Facebook page. So if you are not on my Facebook page, go ahead and hop over there. It's Jody Breckbill Stampin' Queen group. And I'm going to share lots and lots of samples. I also do a What's Up Wednesday. I do a free tutorial Tuesday. So again, that's Jody Breckbill Stampin' Queen group on Facebook. Lots of giveaways. Just staying in touch with all of my wonderful stamping friends during this pandemic. All right, now it is time to do some stamping. So I'm going to use my Early Espresso, and I'm going to stamp "You Are Amazing" on that white piece. That here's my score line, so we want that right at the top. So I'm going to stamp that. Oh, you know what? I pulled out the wrong one, but that's okay. I thought I picked You're Amazing, but apparently I picked You Made My Day. That is fine too. While I've got that one out, we're going to go ahead and stamp our thanks as well. That's going to be in Espresso, and this is one from that die set. That's a long stitched rectangle there. Love the fact that it coordinates with the stitched rectangles we already have. So I am loving when Stampin' Up! Gives us items that are new that coordinate with items we already have. That just makes me feel like I get more bang for my buck. All right, so we've got those two stamped. I'm letting them take a little bit of drying time because I just rejuiced my espresso, and sometimes it gets a little bit juicy. So I'm going to now pull in my mint macaron. Let's see how dark this one is. It's okay. What happens if I stamp? I'm going to stamp off because I just want it a little bit lighter. Yes, I do like that. A little bit lighter there. Okay, so that's all I need to do for that. And let's see what we need to do. I'm going to pull in my tear and tape. Do I have scissors? I do. I do. Oh, I needed to do a little bit more stamping. That's okay. So on my bottom flap where this is going to come up, I'm going to do some tear and tape really, really tight along the edge here. On both sides. Okay, and then while I have it out, I'm going to fold that, and I'm going to do a tear and tape across the top here of that 1/2 inch score that we made. Okay. Now we can get that out of the way, and I'm going to bring back this is just a piece of scrap white, and I've got my Early Espresso, and I need to stamp my little daisy. So I'm just going to stamp that right there. And the reason I wanted, oh, look at that. Inky fingers, inky fingers. The reason I want to do that is, like I said, it's really, really juicy, and I want to give it a little bit of drying time while I work on the rest of this card so that I can then color it. And I'm going to color with the blends. I know that we always are recommending the Memento Black when we are stamping with blends, but sometimes you can use other colors and color with the blends very, very carefully. What can happen though with the Stampin' blends is they are alcohol markers, and so they can bleed your ink because our inks are water soluble, but our Memento is made to work with the alcohol markers and not bleed. But carefully, and I'm just adding a little dips of color in here, so it should be just fine. We'll see if it works here in a moment. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our little pop-up here in the middle of our card. And I might have to take a moment and make sure I'm doing this correctly. Whoops. It's been a while since I made it, and so before I steer you down a bad path, I want to make sure that I am showing you correctly. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this panel and I'm going to line up my top right with that little flappy score, and I want to make sure that I've got it centered so when these close that my tear and tape is not going to stick to that panel at all. So all I need to do then is just close this flap, and then I might have done this backwards. Let's see if it works though. I might have needed to close my flap. Nope, it's okay. Close that. There we go. Now, one thing that I do want to do, let me back up. I've got too many trains of thought going. You may want to watch how you're signing this card because of how far up it goes. So you could maybe move your sentiment up a little bit higher and go ahead and sign this so that whenever they do open it, that they can actually see your signature, or you could always do a panel on the back and sign that. I did want to add my little gold piece here. Now I didn't take a moment and poke all these guys out, but you will need to. So I'm just going to do a little strip of snail here and attach this gold detailed gold border right here. This is not as easy when I'm standing and holding it. Try putting it on the table there, Breck Bill, and see how that works for you. I feel like I'm a little bit crooked. That looks pretty decent. Yeah? Yes. Okay, now I'm going to trim this off, and then I'll go back and I'll poke all these little holes out later. That's no big deal. You guys don't need to watch me do that. I will say that I am so thrilled with these dies because they are coming out. I mean, I have to do a little bit of poking, but they are die cutting so well, even though they are just so crazy intricate. So I'm really, really thrilled with those. So let's go ahead. We're going to put the, let me see, I might need to, I think I want to trim that a little bit. Hold on one sec. Oh, I don't have it here. I was going to get my little trimmer out, but I don't have it. So let me I just want to take a smidge of that off. It's a little longer than what I want. It covers up too many of the daisies. So we'll go ahead and put that on here. Okay, now I will say I'm not going to close this because I got a little more glue right here. So what I'm going to do is take a little tiny strip of this DSP and I'm just going to cover it right across there rather than try and get that glue off. And so I don't want to shut this right now because I'm going to do that after. That's post-production, friends. We're going to do that afterwards. All right, so now I'm going to take my mint macaron blend and very carefully I'm watching my edges. Actually, I don't want the light. I think I want the dark. I'm just going to real carefully color in my leaf. And when I start to, I just am so careful around the edges and around that little middle. If you really carelessly just color, that's when you might have the bleed. And so I'm just real carefully going on there. Then I'm going to do Daffodil Delight. And what I do with this one is just tap it to color in that flower center. Again, avoiding the color like this so that I don't bleed it. And did I have dark? This is light. I might add the dark one on there. Am I bouncing the camera too much? Are you getting seasick? Hang in there, people. Hang in there, folk. All right, so now there is no die for this one, so we got to do a little bit of fussy cutting, but that's okay. That's keeping us sharp, right? Hand-eye coordination. So I hope you guys are finding some time to stamp. Like I said, it's been my sanity, that's for sure, because I feel like there's only so many times I can clean my house. We still have been, I really am housebound. I am staying home. My daughter and I both struggle with asthma, so we are kind of avoiding public right now. My husband goes and he does the shopping once a week. Our dairy farm is still up and running as usual. And fortunately, we have lots of wonderful employees that are considered essential. So they are here doing what they need to do. So God bless them. They are staying healthy as well. And that makes things a lot less stressful for us when we have fantastic employees that work with us. So I do go hiking, and I do still take the dog for a walk, so that gets me some nice fresh air. We've been having lots of campfires and just hanging out here. I'm so grateful. As much as my children hate being home, I know they so wish that they were still back at school with all their friends, and you know, that life was normal for them. I know my daughter is a senior at the University of Pittsburgh. She is graduating next Sunday. And it's just sad. My heart breaks for her because, you know, she went for spring break and said goodbye to all her friends, said, see you in a week. We're going to have a fantastic end to our year before we all graduate and go off on our new adventures and our new lives. And they never went back. And so they just didn't have closure, as well as it is for all the seniors and all children. I mean, all the kids that are, as much as they may tell you how much they hate school, right? They didn't get closure, and there's a lot of things that happen at the end of the year that are so wonderful. And so, yeah, my heart breaks for them. But in retrospect, the important things are we are here together and we are safe and staying healthy. So we got to do what we got to do. All right. So we're going to go ahead. I have some of my mini dimensionals here, just some left on a little sheet. So I'm going to do some minis on my daisy. All right, I have a sneeze coming. Let's hope she holds off for a little bit. And then I've got these gorgeous gems. Nope, it's not. Oh. Excuse me. It's not the plagues, friends. Pollen or plague. That's what we're playing these days, right? What do we have? I have got serious pollen. All right, so I'm just gonna, I don't think I want a real big one. I'm gonna do that middle one and just do a little gem right there. Okay, so there we are, guys. Such a cute little pop-up card. Isn't that fantastic? So thanks so much for joining me, my friends. Stay home, stay safe, keep watching, keep stamping, and I'll talk to you next week.